Coming up on News 11 at 5, Unisys Corporation announces major job layoffs affecting hundreds of employees throughout Minnesota.
And I'm Kirsten Lindquist. Also coming up, the story of a Grinch that stole Christmas and then returned it, or at least part of it. News 11 at 5 is next.
Right now, my taste buds are going crazy because they're about to have chicken nuggets.
He's about to have new microwave hot bites.
They're made especially for my microwave to taste great, to taste great.
6 nuggets with sauce in 2 minutes.
Mmm. Oh.
Tender, juicy breast meat.
I just love these chicken nuggets.
New microwave hot bites from Banquet.
Hey, Ma, I made chicken nuggets and they taste great. You know, maybe tomorrow I'll try to make ice cubes. Ice cubes were always a little difficult for me, though.
Burger King presents new French toast sticks for breakfast.
Have a French toast stick, Nick. Ooh, the dip is sweet pea. The taste is great, so don't be late. Get French toast sticks to go.
Burger King presents the AM Express Breakfast to Go. Tasty golden brown French toast sticks with a rich, thick dip. They're right at your fingertips, Skip.
French toast sticks to go.
Those French toast sticks are going fast. Get a package of 4 for 99 cents. Just 99 cents for tasty French toast sticks at Burger King.
I got a dog named Ziggy Zamboni. When he's been good, I give him pepperonis. Pop, pepperonis, pop, pepperonis.
Introducing Kennel-Ration Pepperonis, scrumptious new jerky snack sticks made with real meat.
Pop, pepperonis, pop, pepperonis. He does tricks that you wouldn't believe, 'cause he knows there's something up my sleeve. Pop, pepperonis, pop, pepperonis.
A pooch will do anything for a pepperoni.
Pop, pepperonis, pop, pepperonis.
See Marilyn Monroe as a teenager, Bill Cosby as a child, and Elvis and Priscilla's wedding on Hollywood's Private Home Movies, Friday at 7 on TV 11.
Now, the Twin Cities' fastest growing television news. News 11 with Paul Majors, Kirsten Lindquist, Jeff Passelt on sports, and meteorologist Paul Douglas.
Good afternoon. Topping News 11 at 5, the Unisys Corporation announces the layoff of 390 workers in the Twin Cities.
Pink slips went out this morning to hundreds who tonight are out of a job.
As we reported last night on News 11, reorganization following the Sperry Boroughs merger has resulted in massive layoffs. 390 jobs were eliminated today, affecting managers, supervisors, technical and clerical personnel, union and non-union employees. Today was the last day for non-union workers. Union employees will find out who's laid off starting tomorrow.
News 11's Alan Costantini was the first to break the story last night. He's been following the story most of the day, and he's talked to those most affected by the layoffs.
Alan joins us right now from the newsroom. Alan, is this it? Any more layoffs expected?
Well, Paul, unfortunately, that is not the full extent of the layoffs at Unisys. Another round will be announced tomorrow. Now, the people laid off today are non-union workers. Unisys also employs hundreds of union workers around the Twin Cities metro area. They will be notified of their layoffs tomorrow. And their last day of work will be Friday. The non-union workers' last day of work was today. Those layoffs will be in addition to the 390 that were announced today. And although some workers are depressed by the cutbacks, others are taking them in stride.
Well, it worries you. It's real frustrating. At least now it's over, and now we can get back to work, and we don't have to worry about our jobs, at least for a while, and get something done finally.
We're training on a new project right now, so it doesn't really matter to us.
Now, at the time of the buyout of Sperry by Boroughs, the management indicated that thousands of jobs would be lost company-wide. And that's why the actual implementation of these cuts is just no surprise. Paul and Kirsten?
Well, and what's the company doing to help long-term employees get new jobs?
Well, Kirsten, the company has set up an on-site job placement service, helping workers with resumes and job transfers, and in some cases, when they can, early retirement.
All right, thank you very much, Alan. In addition, the Unisys Corporation also announced it will be closing its Jackson, Minnesota plant, eliminating 280 more jobs. The Jackson plant manufactures circuit boards for commercial computers, which the company says will now have to be produced by other Unisys facilities. Final closing date for the Jackson plant has been set for June of next year.
In Washington today, 2 top White House advisors appeared before the House committee investigating the Iran arms deal. Both took the fifth and refused to answer questions. We have more on today's hearings from Washington Bureau reporter Tracy Lyons.
This committee and the American people have the right to know all of the relevant facts.
But not today. Former National Security Advisor Admiral John Poindexter told the House Foreign Affairs Committee he was happy to testify, but would have nothing to say.
I'd like to answer that question and hope to be given an opportunity to do so at another time. However, on the advice of my attorneys, I must decline to answer that question at this time because of my constitutional rights under the Fifth Amendment.
Poindexter was treated with deference by some committee members, but others were openly frustrated by his silence, a silence advised by his attorney.
There's a vortex of allegations swimming around. Nobody has really settled in yet on what a possible offense may be. And frankly, I'm doing what any good lawyer would do for his client, advise him at this time not to answer any questions.
Poindexter's former aide, Lieutenant Colonel Oliver North, was also sworn to tell the truth about his role in the Iran affair. But like Poindexter,
on the advice of counsel, I respectfully and regretfully decline to answer the question based on my constitutional rights.
the Marine was well received by the committee. One member even offered to contribute to his legal defense fund. Another paraphrased Rudyard Kipling.
He's Ollie this and he's Ollie that. Get him out of here, the brute. But he's the savior of his country when the guns begin to shoot. Thank you for your service, Colonel North.
North may have been moved by the support, but not moved enough to share what he knows, though he says he wants to.
And I don't think there is another person in America that wants to tell this story as much as I do, sir.
But Oliver North is not willing to tell that story now. Tracy Lyons, News 11, The Washington Bureau.
Tomorrow, former CIA Director William Casey will testify before the House Foreign Affairs Committee.
In St. Paul today, Mayor George Latimer recommended changes he says will boost the number of minority police officers on the force. Among his recommendations, to assign a minority officer to head a statewide recruiting effort, to change civil service rules to put more emphasis on the oral application and less on the written exam, to recruit more minority officers for the city's new parking enforcement officer program, and to establish a 2-year law enforcement program at a St. Paul Vocational Institute. Today's recommendations will now go to the St. Paul City Council for further study.
A real landmark was reached today for a Twin Cities prep school. Breck School in Golden Valley is celebrating its 100th birthday. And they trotted out a 10-foot-tall, 550-pound birthday cake. Breck is a co-ed private school for preschoolers through grade 12, and it was founded in Wilder, Minnesota in 1886.
Beautiful cake.
Yeah. Should we go out to the backyard?
Yeah, let's go out and check in with Paul Douglas.
A little bit cold out there, but on the bright side, there are no bugs.
Good point. Yeah, the bug count is very low. Can you say frostbite? Lost all feeling in my ears and in my cheeks out here in the backyard. Yes, Paul. Yes, Kirsten. Yes, Virginia. There is a Santa Claus. And yes, indeed, there really are reindeer. This is Ole and Lena. They usually hang out down at the Minnesota Zoo. They were born in northern Alaska, not too far from the North Pole. They are related to caribou. Both male and female have antlers, and they're enjoying the cold, the 30 below wind chills in the backyard a lot more than I am at the moment. They have a double layer coat, they have a fuzzy, furry muzzle, and they have big feet, which act like snowshoes. They're able to easily carry things like sleighs. You can see them down at the Minnesota Zoo over the next couple of weeks. You can get your picture taken with Santa and Ole and Lena. And I want to show you something here. This is Santa's sleigh. I think rumor has it he has a lease with a buy option. He's going to be using this in just a couple of weeks. Just to give you some idea how little snow we've had, look at what they did to the sleigh. They put wheels on it instead of skis. We hope to be able to change that over the next couple of weeks, but no big storms are in sight for at least the next 7 days as it now looks. We want to thank them for dropping by. Ole, Lena, say hi to Santa Claus. Take care of yourselves. Stay away from guys wearing orange, okay? That brings us to our trivia quiz question. And it's a tough one today. What are the odds, statistically, of a white Christmas here in the Twin Cities? There are your choices, 95% on down to 45%. Place your bets. We'll have an answer coming up. Here's Loop 11, the satellite sequence. A couple of things we want to show you. A big storm spreading rain, ice, and snow into the northeast. 6-inch snows in parts of New England today. There's a cold wrinkle of air in the upper atmosphere, which is going to squeeze out a few more snow flurries and snow showers over the next few hours. Take a look at the latest weather map. Nanook air pouring south of the border. Those bitter winds will continue producing wind chills tonight of 20 to 40 below. This is the kind of weather where exposed skin can freeze in about 4 or 5 minutes. Take the cold seriously if you're heading out tonight. Already 1 below Thief River, officially 12 in the cities, but the wind is making it feel like 20 to 30 below zero. Right now it is cold. That's only half the story. Wind chills as cold as 40 below over the Dakotas. The good news is a bit of a thaw is on the way for later on in the week. Temperatures really have nowhere to go but up. Here's the 11 outlook for tonight. It calls for flurries ending and then some partial clearing. 5 below to 1 above, but wind chills down around 40 below zero. And then for tomorrow, we're forecasting plenty of sun, maybe a little light snow coming in tomorrow night with a high of 9 to 14 degrees. Temperatures probably in the 20s on Friday, cooling back down into the teens by the weekend. It's all a matter of state of mind, Paul and Kirsten. I try not to think of this as cold. It's severe cool out here in the back.
20 will be shorts weather. It'll be great.
It'll feel good.
See you at the beach.
All right.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Still to come, a pro wrestler who's glad to be home for the holidays.
And this afternoon, Town Square was alive with the sounds of music. Here's a sample.
Cloud, Minnesota has some great gift ideas.
You betcha, Jared. During our gift sale, fine Queen carpets are on sale.
Like Queen's top-selling Berbers made with durable Zeftron, now $13.99.
Save 20% on all Plywood Minnesota in-stock wallpaper.
Delmar window blinds are up to 60% off.
At Plywood Minnesota, use our free 90-day financing and don't pay until February.
Or get a 4% cash discount.
Plywood Minnesota's holiday gift sale.
Direct from the factory to you.
Our Own Hardware.
Yeah, your December circular says I can get a 16-gallon wet-dry shop vac with all those accessories for only $77.99 and a Black & Decker 3/8-inch variable speed reversing drill with double insulated motor, just $29.99. Come on, a mistake, right?
Those aren't mistakes. You'll find lots of great prices at your neighborhood Our Own store. But you better hurry. These Christmas values are going fast.
Available at all participating Our Own Hardware stores, how-to stores, and newly acquired Gamble stores.
I wish Grandpa was here. Wonder why he had to see the doctor.
Hey, been doing any fishing this year, Phil?
You bet.
At Group Health, we believe in taking care of little things before they become big things. And you'll get the finest personal attention from your own doctor.
Everything's okay. We caught it in time.
Hey, pal, how'd they bite?
Grandpa!
Group Health. Healthcare with humanity.
Don't miss the store-wide classical sale on now at the Wax Museums and Great American Music. Save on every classical compact disc, cassette, and LP in stock. Save now on CBS Odyssey cassettes, on sale $2.99 each, or 4 for $9.99. Save on works by Mozart, Tchaikovsky, and Schumann. Plus, save on all other CBS classical recordings during the classical store-wide sale at
the Wax Museums and Great American Music.
The Frogtown Community Association in St. Paul has received a $65,000 grant from the Gannett Foundation. Funds from the grant will be used to create a program aimed at teaching teens about their sexuality. The Frogtown community has the highest rate of teen pregnancy in St. Paul.
It's time to check back in with Paul Douglas, who's going to bring us up to date on our Toys for Tots drive. We have thousands of dollars worth of toys over there now.
Can you see me in the picture?
Yeah.
Despite all the toys? Boy, I'll tell you, they are really stacking up a blizzard, a small mountain of toys. We must have thousands here. A lot of very generous folks have stopped by over the past couple of weeks dropping off toys. Take a look at the News 11 set. It's in there somewhere, submerged under a sea of toys. There's no more room to put these toys. I don't know where we're going to stack them up tomorrow. The bottom line is you have until Friday. You have until Friday to drop off your new unwrapped toys for the Toys for Tots drive. And you can drop them off right here at TV 11, 8811 Olson Memorial Highway in Golden Valley. If you haven't stopped out, please do. A kid will really appreciate it Christmas morning. Paul, Kirsten?
All right. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Paul. A holiday Grinch was apparently at work over the weekend trying to steal a little Christmas cheer from a Coon Rapids family. But as Joan Steffen reports, success was not quite his.
A hole in this nativity scene has left a hole in the Wilhelmsen family Christmas. Until Saturday night, this is where the king stood, and another lamb stood guard over the Christ child. They disappeared over the weekend.
It hurt a lot to see it gone because it means so much to us, and we know that it couldn't have meant that much to anybody else except us.
The warmth of this Coon Rapids family's holiday cooled a bit when their special tradition was tampered with.
Well, that's the whole meaning of Christmas for us.
You see, Loanne had made the large nativity for her parents as a special gift of love and time 22 years ago. Still, she hoped for the missing piece's return. And today, her hope was rewarded.
He's here! He's right here! He's back! The sheep isn't here, but he's here. Oh, that's a good feeling.
She doesn't know how the king was returned. He came back a little bruised and a little icy, but Loanne doesn't care.
This is great. Now, this is Merry Christmas for us. This is wonderful. Oh, can't believe it. That was quick answers to prayers, huh?
Merry Christmas, Loanne. Joan Steffend, News 11.
The lamb is still missing, so if you happen to find that, give the Coon Rapids police a call.
Still to come, an all-star wrestler returns to the ring.
And a North Star that's on the comeback trail.
We have brand names for the holidays for less.
Marshall's has the famous maker and designer clothing you want for less. 20 to 60% less than department store regular prices. Save on casual wear, sleepwear, shirts and blouses, fine quality giftware, accessories, and festive home fashions. Marshall. Call for the store nearest you.
Now that's smart. Will you lie, cheat, and steal for me?
Sure.
Will you give up your job?
Okay.
Will you risk prison?
Yes.
Will you abandon your family?
Say yes to cocaine and you say yes to all these things.
Will you die for me?
I'll die.
I knew you would.
If you or someone you love loves cocaine, call CARE Unit. We can help.
Celebrate the holidays in style with Holiday Stemware from Arby's. They're yours for a special price when you buy a medium or large soft drink. Fill these beautifully etched glasses right up to their 22-karat gold rim. So, however you celebrate the holidays, celebrate in style with Holidays Stemware from Arby's.
Holly glasses are 89 cents each when you buy a medium or large soft drink.
Hey, Dad! Ooh, Daddy, your shirt.
What happened? Don't ask.
It's that shirt.
Ugh. Introducing Surf, the new liquid detergent that gets out not just dirt and stains, but odors, too.
It's the shirt. And it looks clean, guys. It's not smelly. Okay.
Thanks. New Surf removes both the dirt and the odors.
This afternoon, a Hennepin County grand jury decided it would not file charges against Minneapolis Urban League president Ron Edwards. That follows allegations Urban League funds had been misappropriated. However, Minneapolis police may still decide to file their own charges in the case. No word yet on when that decision will be made.
From the update desk this afternoon, local P9 is back in court.
Amy Powell is in the newsroom with details on that and some other stories for us. Amy?
Paul and Kirsten, last summer's battle between local P9 and the United Food and Commercial Workers Union made it to the U.S. Appellate Court today. The case was touched off when the UFCW placed the Hormel local in trusteeship. Local P9 refused to obey the parent union's orders to end its strike against Hormel. The P9 attorney said the union was carrying out the wishes of its members. The three-judge panel will rule later. Minneapolis City Council member Barbara Carlson is back home tonight, recuperating from a hospital stay. Carlson was hospitalized Sunday at Abbott Northwestern after becoming ill on a trip. It was her second trip to the coronary care unit there this year. She was in for observation and tests. Pro wrestler Ken Patera is a free man tonight after being released from prison this morning. He was serving a 1.5-year sentence for assaulting a Wisconsin police officer during a hotel scuffle in 1985. Tonight, Steve Carroll has more on Patera's life behind bars.
All right, this is home sweet home once again.
This cell at Waupun Maximum Security Prison was Ken Patera's home for 3 months. When he wasn't in his cell, Ken often spent time with his parole officer, walking around prison grounds, pondering what had happened to him and what lay ahead. Patera was later transferred to a minimum security prison in New Richmond, Wisconsin, where he spent the final year of his sentence working part-time at a health club while finishing up his college degree at Wisconsin River Falls.
Weighing 272 pounds, the former Olympic strongman Ken Patera.
This is what Ken Patera, the wrestler, looked like before going to jail. Ken is back home now in Minneapolis, and word has it he is getting ready for a return to wrestling. And yes, he'll be bleaching his hair again, so we'll be able to recognize him between the ropes. Steve Carroll, News 11.
Ken Patera is scheduled to return to the World Wrestling Federation in 4 weeks. Paul and Kirsten, that's it from here.
Hey, Amy, thank you very much. In the Monday night primetime TV ratings race, NBC finished number one. 28% of the viewing audience tuned in to watch Anastasia. 25% chose ABC and Monday Night Football, and 22% watched CBS and Kate and Allie, which finished third.
Jeff Passold is here now with a story about a North Star who had an injured wing, huh?
Boy, and this is an injury. If you're a hockey player, you do not want to get your shoulders or your legs banged up because they take a long time to heal.
Well, you played college hockey. Were you ever seriously injured?
In high school, I ran into the end boards one time, and it took me a whole season to get back into regular shape where I could move the arm around. Well, you know, always a little stiff, you know, that sort of thing. That never, I don't think that ever leaves. But anyway, when the North Stars take the ice tonight at Met Center against Edmonton, there will still be a familiar face missing from their lineup, a player who is getting some local help en route to a comeback. Just over a month ago, this was the scene. The North Stars' Neil Broughton crashing into the end boards, suffering a dislocated shoulder. So what do these piles of padding have to do with the incident? Well, they're being manufactured right here in the Twin Cities at Sport Tech, the same company responsible for making the pad Broughton will wear when he returns to action.
18 out of the 21 teams have anywhere from 6 pair to the Boston Bruins have their full team in it. This pad, what we've done is put a larger cap on it, which is going to give them better coverage in the front and down in the back.
Broughton won't see any game action until at the earliest this weekend, but thanks to a souped-up shoulder pad, he should feel a little more protected.
It's a little bit of a safety precaution because my shoulder right now is a little tender, and this will help take slashes a lot better and bumps, and maybe if I do hit the boards like I did, I'm not planning on hitting the boards like I did again, but maybe this will prevent another dislocated shoulder.
It's a good idea. Don't plan on hitting the boards. Neil Broughton expects to be ready to play by Saturday when the North Stars host Philadelphia. But first, it's the Edmonton Oilers tonight at the Met, and we'll have highlights from tonight's game on News 11 at 10. And an unlikely visitor out at North Stars practice today. Tom Ryther's going to have more on that coming up at 6.
All right, Jeff. Thank you very much.
Still the
Today's 11 Country Good Neighbor right now is a St. Paul volunteer who helps the handicapped. Georgia Garrick was born with Friedreich's axia, a disease that affects her muscle coordination, but that hasn't stopped her from helping others. From her wheelchair, Georgia reads to and plays with the disabled children at the St. Paul Rehabilitation Center. Georgia is also a full-time mom with 1 daughter, so we salute Georgia for making St. Paul and 11 Country such a great place to live. Now it's time for Still to Come.
Still to come, Paul Douglas in the answer to our trivia question.
But before we get to that, today's birthdays wishes go to actor Kirk Douglas. He's 70 years old. Singer Donny Osmond is 29. And Frank Stakowitz is 33. If you ask who is Frank Stakowitz, take a look.
Me wish for you a special treat. Happy birthday. Yeah. We wish you lots and lots and lots of cookies to eat. Ah. Happy birthday to you from Sesame Street.
If you made hamburger patties the way most places make hamburger patties, you'd discover your thick, meaty burgers were suddenly dry, flat, and lifeless. So at Hardee's, we developed a way to make our patties gently, so they cook up thicker, full of natural juices. It's a complicated machine, but we can give you an idea of the principle it's based on. The new quarter-pound burgers from Hardee's, a little closer to home.
Right now, the optical department at Sears has fashion and designer frames for the entire family. Frames regularly priced from $24 to $54 for just $19.95 when you buy prescription lenses. And to protect those lenses against scratches, get Permalite lenses. Lightweight for comfort, scratch-resistant for long-lasting wear. Get great-looking frames for just $19.95.
There's more for your life
at the optical department.
At Sears.
So, isn't this great? I got my own kitchen, my own bedroom.
And your very own ring around the collar.
Ring around the collar.
For a tough stain like this, you need whisk.
Yeah, but
Sprays and powders aren't good enough. Whisk does a better job. And when whisk gets out ring around the collar,
Your whole wash is clean.
no more surprise visits.
And no more ring around the collar.
Whisk gets ring around the collar and your whole wash clean.
Check back in with Paul Douglas now and get a little bit more of his bone chiller forecast.
Whew, I'm having a good time out here, though, actually, Kirsten. Ooh, does the word Nanook mean anything to you? A toe-crunching, nose-numbing, hair-curling wind right now ripping through the backyard. A lot of skiers are saying, Paul, that's fine. We like the cold, but we'd like to get some snow. For the last 5 winters, we've had over 75 inches of snow in the cities. This winter so far, 7 inches. Where is the snow? Well, it's going to be too cold to snow. You've heard that saying. There's some truth to it. There's going to be such an outbreak of Canadian air that it's going to shove the main storm track way south, and we just don't see any big snowstorms for at least the next week. But enough cold air for the whole family. Here's what's happening in the backyard right now. It is chilly. The current temperature stands at 10 degrees under partly cloudy skies. A west wind at 18. The wind chill has warmed up a little, at 22 below. The humidity 76 and the barometer 30.08 and on the rise. From outer space, storms look like comma clouds, and you can see a pretty good storm right now over the northeast. It produced severe icing in places like Albany and Syracuse and Boston. A couple of inches of snow, as much as 6 inches in parts of Vermont and New Hampshire. That storm moving east away from us. Our flow is going to be a northwesterly flow. That's a dry flow, but a very cold flow from the Yukon. And that'll be the story right through the end of the week. Now, there's going to be some slight moderation later this week. Some of these teens and 20s will try to spill into Minnesota long about Friday, but we don't see any temperatures above 32 through the foreseeable future, which realistically is about a week or so. The map tomorrow is going to show another clipper diving southeastward. It may produce a shot of snow tomorrow night, just a light shot, a nuisance cosmetic snow, enough to cover up some of the bare spots. And behind this next clipper, another shot of cold air just in time for the weekend. Here's our trivia quiz question one more time. What are the odds, statistically, of a white Christmas here in the Twin Cities? There are your choices. Paul and Kirsten, what do you think?
That has to be A or B.
Yeah. I'll say A and you say B.
Oh, no, I'm going to say A too.
You believe C. Statistically, if you look at the records over the past 100 years, about a 68% chance in the Twin Cities, 85 in Duluth, 35 in Denver, about a 25% chance in New York. We have a special map to show you of what the odds are around the rest of the nation, and we want to check that map right now, and you can see for yourself. Down in Atlanta, about a 5% probability of a white Christmas, about 50% chance in Chicago, and I was kind of surprised, about a 68% chance here in the Twin Cities of at least an inch of snow.
Obviously that surprised us.
Well, your definition of a white Christmas is one where there is snowfall or where there's snow on the ground?
Where there is at least an inch of snow on the ground. 68% chance. A little lower than I thought it would.
Yeah, I would have thought.
Me too.
I would have thought A, to tell you the truth.
Can I come indoors now, please?
No.
Yes.
We've changed the locks.
You've changed the locks.
Yeah.
That's nice.
We'll see you later.
Paul Douglas held hostage. See you later.
We have another trivia
story to do
tidbit.
right here. Yeah.
Yeah, it was 8 years ago on this date that comedians Dan Aykroyd and John Belushi as the Blues Brothers released their version of the classic song Soul Man.
And finally tonight, we are going to leave you with a little holiday treat, a special preview of the Minnesota Dance Company's Nutcracker Fantasy.
That's right. The show doesn't open until Thursday, but today News 11 cameras got to watch rehearsals, and the show looks like it's going to be a great one.
The music is by Tchaikovsky, performed by the Minnesota Orchestra. We'll see you back here at 6.
Have a good night.